XXIe siècle sera celui du risk management ou ne sera pas.
I believe will prevail.
The ECB is ready to do whatever it takes.
À $120 le baril, Daesh est riche.
Take back control.
Quoi qu'il en coûte.
Слава Україні!
Vous mangez littéralement du charbon, du gaz et du pétrole.
On cherche toujours cette énergie.
I was saved by God to make America great again.
OpenAI has a mission.
Nous ne sommes pas en train de revenir en arrière, mais bien à la fin d'une ère.
L'explosif est là.
Tout va bien se passer.
Hello everyone. My name is Stéphane Pedrazzi. I'm the moderator for the Matière de l'économie on Radio Classique. And it's an honor for me to welcome you here in this room for the 30th edition of the Country Risk Conference. And I bid welcome to all those that are online. And I'm delighted to see so many of you online in attendance. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of this conference, let me talk to you about an escape game. There will be teams, obviously, alliances, strategies, but also with rules, the rules of the game. You can fathom what's going to come up. Anyone can win, but there's also cohesion. And one of the teams decides to change the rules of the game all of a sudden, to change partners, to change some alliances, but the show must go on, and the game must go on. And all the sides must change sides to organize themselves and to play along. This is exactly what's happening in the world today, and this is the subject matter of this 2026 Country Risk Conference. I would like to introduce Camille Tavert to all of you. Hello, Camille. You've heard her when you arrived. She's a piano player, a talented piano player. She's also on Radio Classique, and she will give us some background music. And with the first message, Camille, sorry to start with this. You've understood. So please be careful and please turn off your mobile phones. I'm sure that nobody keeps their phone switched on anymore. Has Europe the means to make itself heard? Until where will powerful rivalries go between China, Russia, and the US? That will be our first discussion. At 3:30, Jean-Christophe Caffé, the chief economist of Coface, will talk about his economic forecasts for 2026. Of course, it will be very complicated. It was already so last year, and he was rather right, so we'll see about his forecasts this year. We'll talk about the first results on a survey on the impact of AI on labor market. Many jobs are threatened. Mine is, so maybe next year I will not be here. So many occupations were screened over, and you will see that some preconceived ideas will be washed away. Figures were very significant. Jonathan Steinbach will talk about 2026 forecast in terms of defaults. And also there will be around the table Estelle Brachilianov from Veolia, Xavier William from Vinci, and Jean-Dominique Sénard from Renault. They will talk about risks as pinpointed and how they should adjust to such risks. And there will be also Sandra Sancier-Sudin from McKinsey & Company. She's Associate Director, and she will talk about her global vision of these risks. Oh, we have a very tight agenda with so much to deal with, but without much further ado, we will have our host come up on the podium, Mr. Xavier Durand, the Chief Executive Officer of Coface. Happy anniversary, 30 years of Coface, 80 years of Coface and 30 years of the conference. Yes, I've been heading this for 10 years. You had Mission Impossible as a background music. We'll certainly wish you happy birthday with some risk management background music here. Thank you, Camille. That means that in the world of today, you have to be content with celebrating one's birthday because it's one more year to go. I'm delighted to welcome you in this room, which is crowded. We're 800 today in attendance. I would like to thank you for your loyalty. I will say a few words for those 2,000 people online.
You who are following us online, there's about 2,000 people joining today from the four corners of the world. We are really happy about your presence and thank you very much for your loyalty to this event. Alors on l'a dit, c'est une édition très spéciale.
We've said so. It's a very special edition because it's the 30th time that we gather today to talk about the world. 80 years, the 80th anniversary of Coface. We've celebrated the century of Coface in Germany 3 years ago. And I've been heading this company for 10 years. I'm always so enthusiastic about being here today for this conference. And I thank you for your loyalty and your commitment. You will all agree with me, the world has changed. In 2019, we had pandemics back. Everybody was quite surprised to see the war come back on the European soil in 2022, and it was also the comeback of geopolitical tensions worldwide. And every day we talk about customs tariffs, trade wars, supply chain problems, territoriality, digital superiority, and so on and so forth. It's a lot to deal with. But on top of this, we have to face two major transitions that are quite part of the history. The energy transition, which continues despite obstacles and hurdles that we have to face. And then AI coming up that will create a new revolution. And we're just at its infancy. We cannot count on rules anymore. Multilateralism has been completely disrupted. The remedies and solutions of yesterday do not work anymore. We have to find new recipes and silver bullets. In this new chaos, globalization is over, some say, but I do not agree with this statement. Indeed, for 2 years, as we observe, international trade has proved resilient. With commerce, we always say that it's like water trade. It always finds its way. When there's a will, there's a way. And it's very significant. More than 1 billion people were lifted out of poverty thanks to globalization. Trade is a path towards pacification and compromise. Last week I was in Germany. I was at the Mittelstand conference. It's actually a great exporting country. And when we look at the figures, we can actually see that exports towards China have dropped by 10%. Exports to US have dropped by by 9%, but the total export have increased by 1%. And that is because trade with the rest of Europe has increased. So less trade between the big blocks, but more trade within the blocks. And we see new paths for trade for connecting countries like Southeast Asia or Mexico. The other consequence of all these uncertainties is that we live in a world where growth is lower, weaker. We'll reach 1% or in the ballpark of 1%, 2% in the US, 1% in Europe, and 2.7% for the rest of the world, which is maybe the weakest percentage that we've had in history. And most of world growth is drawn by emerging countries. So more volatility and the necessity to open new territories, to have more risks. And we have company defaults that have increased more than anywhere else in the world, especially in emerging countries. So as Coface, as all our customers, we see that there are three consequences, in my opinion. First, we have to go forward. We can't go backward. We can't look inward. We have to take risks. We have to keep investing in an ever-changing world. We have to, if we stop investing, then we're sure that we're going to lose ground and our cutting edge. We can't stick to one scenario. We have to think resilience. We have to think about redundancies. We have to think about plan Bs. It's better to be more or less right than completely wrong. And the third consequence is that we have to think short-term in an impeccable way. If we have a problem of debt recovery, that could be distraction in terms of time, in terms of financial resources, that can prevent you from focusing on what is essential, namely long-term investments, strategic choices that will shape the future of your company for years to come. So if we stick to these principles, that's what we've done with Coface over the last years. We've invested with determination. We have tripled our IT investments every year. We have doubled our IT teams. We have tripled our data lab teams and innovation department. And the number of companies that are listed in our directory has reached 250. More companies than before. We have invested in a strategic path, data, that employs now more than 1,000 people with Coface. And the aim is to create a genuine ecosystem around risk credit management. And we base ourselves on infrastructures in trade, credit insurance risk. We have 250 million outgoing debts, and that gives us access to one-of-a-kind data. And as we say in English, because I was trying to find a sentence in English and French that could be both useful, but we have skin in the game. So what we sell as data, this is what we use for our own operation with the results that we know. And third point, we operate daily with rigor and discipline. We take 15,000 credit decisions every day, and many of them are taken by computers. They are AI enhanced, and some are taken by human people, but they are also assisted with computers and AI. We have one information request every 5 seconds coming from all the 4 corners of the world. More than ever, our role is for trade. 2 things: to protect companies when they relate to trade, and they need to understand this unstable environment. And this is why we're here today, to help them understand that environment. And we're surrounded by experts, company managers, economists, journalists, and I would like to thank all the guests that have decided to come over today to attend this conference, and I'm looking forward to listening to them. And before wishing you a wonderful 30th edition, I would like to let you discover our new brand campaign, Keeping Your World Open. This is our tagline. When barriers are erected, we need to assume risks. When the world is uncertain, we help our customers to keep their world open. And this is what we've been doing for 80 years. Thank you.
A risk-free world, we'd all take it. But reality doesn't negotiate. Partners change, supply chains shift, regulations tighten. Crises can hit, and the stakes are higher than ever. So, should we close the doors? Wait. Stop. The question isn't risk or no risk. It's how you navigate through it. And when caution clouds the horizon and everything accelerates, we choose to be open. Open to connection. Because trade is about more than transactions. It's about trust, resilience, people-to-people relationships. So we stand side by side, handing you the keys to bring together local perspective and global ambition. Open to opportunity. Success belongs to those who keep moving, who see risk not as a stop sign, but as something to anticipate and unlock with confidence. For 80 years now, Coface helps businesses of all sizes make smarter decisions and fuel growth. Open to innovation. In today's world, keeping up with markets makes the difference. So we're reshaping our model around you, around your reality, powered by predictive tools. Combining business information, trade credit insurance, and debt collection in one seamless journey. Some say the bold days of trade are behind us. We say they're still ahead. And when the world feels uncertain, we keep yours open. Keeping your world open.